Welcome to video 2. We did complete our cover in the last video, so now we're ready to work on this left side. That's where the cutting guide will show you video 2, packet 2, left side of video. What we're going to be making is this particular process, this up and down one, but we start by creating this flap, this flap here, and then add this one, put in a center panel, and then we add these flaps as well. Okay, so we're going to complete that in this particular video. We won't decorate it, but we will get the construction done in one video. So let's get started. In packet 2, okay, let me open it up. We're going to start with number 21. So let me pull out all these little pieces here. I'm going to lay them to the side here so you can see what I'm working on. We're going to start with number 21. Notice that number 21 actually has 2 score lines on it. Can you see in the reflection a little bit? Those 2 score lines are what give you the definition of this fold right here, so that it will fold over top. See how it has a 1/4 inch fold there? It'll fold over top of the overlay. So we're going to take it, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to score this. I'm sorry, not score, but actually fold it over and burnish it down so that we have good crisp lines. We want to make sure we're accurate, so I'm looking to make sure. Okay. Doesn't matter which size. We're going to be working on both of the sides for this one, so it doesn't really matter which one. Okay. Now I've got, see how it's got that fold to it? I think you can see it. If I angle it just right, maybe. There we go. You can see it now. So we're going to take that and we're going to attach it to right here on top of our pocket, so that when it closes, you won't be able to see the pocket unless you stick your hand back here underneath it. So to attach it, I'm going to take some of the tape. I'm going to run it on there. Just like that. Pull off the back. Oh, better burnish. Pull off the backing. Take the glue. Add a little bit. I don't want to get it on the creases, but I do want to get enough on there that it'll stay. Okay. Now I want to line that up. So I want it to line up with that part that I just put the tape on. So I'm going to bend it just a little bit here. See how I did that? That way it lines up perfectly. Just like that. I know, you get tired of hearing that. Now I'm going to take the next piece, which is number 22. Again, I'm going to burnish that line. Score line. Okay. Now this one is going to go on this side of it, of the pocket. I don't want to put it down so low that it does interfere with the closing, but I'm going to scoot it down just a smidgen so it'll lay completely flat. So again, I'm going to take the tape. This is going to be an easy, quick video, guys, so you don't have to worry. It's not as long as the last one. Burnish that down. Add a little bit of the glue. Yeah, I know I'm getting it everywhere, but the right place. And I'm going to turn this again so I can lay it down. I bend it under so I can get that out of the way. Line it up a little bit so it's nice and even. Put that down like that. Now, I should have probably mitered those corners a little bit. I think I gave in the directions to miter those. Let's miter this one just to be safe. And this is number 23. And to miter it, remember how we did that with a pocket? We took our scissors and we just lightly clipped it there. I'll go ahead and do it this time. Now this one is going to go over here on top of this, okay? So I'm going to again tape it and then glue it. Now I've got a little bit of extra tape that didn't come off there, so I'm going to clip that. Okay. Take this backing off, put my glue on. See, I add a little bit of glue on top of that. And then I need to line this up as well. Right on top of the other one. Whoopsie. Oh, no. Cow now, brown cow. Almost messed it up, didn't I? All right, there we go. Now we got it. Press it down firmly. I still got it off. If this happens to you and you've got it off just a little bit, it's not the end of the world. You can remove it if you wish, but I find it easier to go ahead, take a bigger pair of scissors, and just clip this down. When I get my mats on it, it's not going to be as evident. So, yes, I'm going to go ahead and cheat and do that. Now it'll be a little bit more flush. So that this will close like this. This will close like this, and that will close over top of it. You with me? Okay. Now that we've gotten those done, we need to cover up where these two overlap. So the next piece is going to be number 24, which is going to be glued directly on top of that. I'm doing a dry fit. Maybe I should have done that last time. I'm going to glue on the side that has the number. Dum, 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 dum. Okay, and then I'm going to lay it down. I don't want it to lay on my crease marks, but I want it to kind of center. It'll cover up our little edges. Very good. Okay, now we're going to put a top flap on our piece. We're going to take number 25. This one is going to go right up here to go up and down. So let's go ahead and score it. Well, it's already scored, sorry. Go ahead and burnish it so that it will be a nice crisp edge. Again, tape it. And glue it. And I'm going to turn this upside down because I can't work across without seeing it. So we're going to attach this to this number 21 right at the top of this. And the glare in here is pretty bad, so I hope I can get it accurate. It's close. It's not perfect, though. Hang on. The glare is hitting it to where I can't see anything on this black. I might want to put a piece of white paper underneath it so I could see it a little bit better, because I do want it to go on there straight. There we go. Just like that. Now we're going to do the bottom flap. It's going to go up like this. So let's crease it. Okay. Again, apply the tape. Apply the glue. And we're going to mount this on the bottom edge. And again, the glare is getting me here, so hopefully I can hit it pretty close. I was off a little bit. Sure was, but that's going to have to do because I've already hit it down. There we go. So there's my two flaps, just like that. Then we go to the next page. We did the top flap, we did the bottom flap. And now we're going to take our pink cardstock that's pre-cut for us. I didn't number these. I put them A, B, C, D, E, and F. The reason why, if you were to look on the last page of your cutout or your cutting guide, you'll see that I labeled them for you. A, B, C, D, E, and F. So we're going to go ahead and apply those. So A will go on, let me get it open again. I closed it. Okay. A is going to go right here. It's going to go on this surface. The two flaps are on the front. Open it up and it goes right there. Notice the A will give you a little bit of a black border around it, about 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so we're going to glue that down. Okay, there's A. I'm going to try to speed through this part so that you're not having to wait on me. Well, now, Sherry, don't speed so much you make mistakes. There we go. Okay, there's A. Then B is going to be this one here. So let's go ahead and glue the B down. Try to line it up with that first mat so that it looks pretty even there. Okay. Then C is going to be next. So we'll take C. I'll kind of dry fit it here. Good. I'm going to lay C down. Okay, I've got C. I will place it again, keeping my pink kind of even with the first pieces. Good. Isn't that pretty? And then the last one here is going to be D. Notice that D is just a smidgen smaller. And here's the catch. On D, you have to put it up to the edge of the crease there. Right up to the edge, because you'll have a little bit of a margin here and a little bit there. If you wish to trim yours down just a smidgen more, you can. Now, I'll tell you, I got mine just a little crooked, so my border is going to be off just a hair. If you look for perfection, you won't find it in all of my work. I try, but it doesn't always work out that way. So I'm going to put this one down as close as I can to that fold to give me a little bit of a border. There we go. And it folds over like that. Good. Excellent. Now, we're going to also put E here. Oops. E will go here, and F will go there. So let's put those down real quick. Let's do a dry fit just to be sure that it measures okay. Yep, again, you're going to put it near that fold. So let me get it on there. I'm not going to have much of a border because it's just slightly smaller than the other panels. It had to be so it could fold in. There we go. Just like that. And then the last one's going to go right here, which is F. And we're going to put it again like that. So you thought this was going to be hard. Super easy. Okay. And here is F. See, 15 minutes and we got it all ready together. Now, I'm going to flip back in our book, or our pages, to where we were. And if you read your directions, it says to add the printed borders. We're not going to add those right now. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. All you're going to do is take pattern paper and cut it either 7/8 of an inch or 1 inch, whichever thickness you feel like you want. And I put it down before I added the pockets, so you can go back and add those. And then there's printed paper here and printed paper here that you can go in and mat. That will come up in a few minutes, okay? Now, at this point, the directions say stop. You must add the magnets before the green mats. On the front flaps, right here, you've got magnets that have to be inserted, okay? So we're going to take the little cover one. It has the magnets in with the seal, this little bag here. So I'm going to take out my magnets. There's a positive and a negative. Can you see them? All right. We're going to use those. So we're going to attach one magnet on the inside flap and one magnet on the outside. Depending on the polarity, we'll see if it adds to the outside or the inside. So this first one, we're going to add it. Let's see if I add it right there. And I add this one right here. Will they work? Yes, perfectly. All right, so we're going to take the positive. It has an adhesive back to it. So I'm going to pull that off. Kinda, sorta. And I'm going to attach it not at the very edge. I'm going to do it kind of in the middle right here. Okay? I want to be able to mat my paper down without it crinkling too much. Then I'm going to take my other magnet and lay it on top. Okay? So what you see is I took the positive and stuck it down. I'm allowing the negative to add or connect to the positive. I'm going to pull up the backing, and then I'm going to turn it over like this so that the adhesive will stick it to that bottom one perfectly. So now that they'll hold until I get my mats on them. See? There we go. Excellent. Now, when you're attaching magnets, I highly recommend you use a little bit of double stick tape, or even Scotch tape will work. But I like to put just a little bit of tape over top of these. You're going to say, why? Well, it gives it a nice smooth edge, and you won't see it quite so sharply when you get ready to do it. Now, I'm not pulling the back off yet because I haven't got the mats ready. But I'm just going to quickly put a little bit over top of this. See, it kind of gives a little bit of rounding there. So, first, on number 27, we're going to put this piece here over top of the magnet, just like that. So to do that, we're going to pull this off. We're going to glue this piece down. Right onto the inside of the top flap. Inside of the top flap. The tape's going to hold it securely around that magnet, but the glue will hold it in place. Okay? All right. Now, we're going to go to the bottom flap, and we're going to add number 28 down here. No, there's not a magnet on this side. I don't have to worry about that. Got a little bit of glue on my black. Okay. I'm going to add my glue to this. Oops, sorry. I'm not even in frame, are I? All right, that's good grammar, Sherry. Okay. Now I'm going to stick this down like this on the inside of the bottom flap. I need to get it a little straighter than that. Good. Burnish it down. Then I'm going to take number 29, and it's going to go right there. Now, it will be right up to the edges of where it folds. So I'm going to, that number's falling off. There's nothing on this side either, so I'll go ahead and pull it off just because it was in the way. If you want to remove all those stickers, you can, but I don't see any point. Yeah, I just got glue on my cover. Silly willy. Okay. Now, let's stick this down, lining it up with my other mat so it doesn't look off. Beautiful. Well, it's a little crooked, isn't it? If you knew what time it was when I'm doing this video, you'd say, how are you doing it halfway straight? I'm determined to get them all done. And wet it just a little bit to get that glue off. There we go. All right, so the inside's done. Okay. And I put it too close to that seam. I maybe should have shaved a hair off of it. Now we're going to do this top flap like this. Can you see it? Okay. It's going to be several layers there, so I'm going to take, let's see, I'm going to take this piece, which is number 30. I'm going to take number 31. I'm going to take number 32. Those are all going together on top of that flap. Then, on the bottom flap, we're going to have number 33 and number 34. So I'll attach those. Okay? Now, the magnet is underneath, so I don't have to worry about that. So let's go ahead and start with the top. I'm going to double fit, dry fit it. Perfect. So I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to glue it down. Excellent. Okay. That's good. Notice I didn't put it on my flap. There's a reason. Just don't put it on your flap yet. Okay. Number 32, I'm going to put that down too. A little bit narrower of a margin on that one. So it's going to take some finagling because it'll have to be moved around a little bit. Good. Now, before I attach this to here, I have to take something else and attach it. Okay? In your little goodie bag, not even sure which one it is. Okay, in this, you've got several pieces of ribbon. Small mat on cover, one pink, one white, and this one says plus small ribbon on pull for upper flap. So I'm going to look in this. I'm going to pull this out, and I'm going to get just the small little piece, okay? It's not very big at all. Just this little piece right here, because we're going to put it underneath this flap so we can lift up our magnet. Got it? So to do that, I'm going to take a piece of double-sided tape. You can use glue again. I just like the convenience of using this tape. Now I need to be up high enough that it's not going to, that it's going to leave a little bit of a black border for my ribbon, for my mats. So now I'm going to take my ribbon, stick it down in the middle, just like that, double it over, and I think I'll put another piece of tape up above it until I get this worked out. And it should hold the excess until I get the glue on there. I'll show you what I mean. All right, I'm going to just do a little bit like this. Now, I've got the loop on there. Can you see it? All right. I'm going to cut off this excess. I'm going to take my glue and glue between the ribbon here. Can you see the glue in there? That way I can press this down and my little loop will stay nice and firm. Now I can glue this mat on top of that. So let's go ahead and glue that mat down. Excellent. Now we've got the top one. Let's go ahead and do the bottom one. So I'm going to take this piece, glue it down to this, put it over top of that. Okay? So let's go ahead and, ooh, my glue is poking up there. Let me see if I can fix that. I think I didn't get enough glue in there. I did not. Now, I've got a little bit too much glue, so I'm going to take a little wet wipe and do at the edge there. Don't want to rub much because it'll rub it off. But I think when that dries, it'll be fine. I could see it in the light reflecting. Sorry about that, guys. All right. That's what happens when you hurry. Okay, I'm going to glue these down. Get this on here. I'll make sure I put a little more glue. Good. Stick it on here. Plus, I think I pulled that piece of paper off once, and I shouldn't have kept pulling it off. Now, before I stick this down, I want to remove my tape cover. Okay? I want to put some more glue on here. And I want to place this over top of that magnet. Beautiful. And smooth that down. Just like that. Now my magnet should hold. Right here, I got a little bit too close to the edge on the inside of this. And I think that's where it's puffing up. So what I may end up doing is taking this piece back off, trimming it down just a smidgen, because I think that's the problem. I'll probably do that off camera so that I can fix that for you so it won't show up. But I did want you to know that's what's causing that. Now, we're going to next, I'll push it down for right now so that we can finish up. The next thing we're going to do is this little pocket right here. This little pocket is already pre-cut for you. It's this piece here. Again, we're going to make a pocket by cutting across the X lines, mitering the tops, folding everything over. Isn't that a cute little pocket? And it's going to go over the decorative paper that I put on that piece. So before I come back on the air here in a second, I'll show you, I'll go ahead and map that piece of paper on there. And this is one of the squares that is already pre-printed that way for you in the collection. You'll find that there's several different types of things you can cut out. They're just the right size to go on here. And after I get that on there, I'm going to finish that up, and I'll show you how with the tag and this in just a moment.